Hello, Eventila. Knowledge is power. Power is wisdom. Wisdom is understanding. Knowledge is the most important investment that you can make in yourself. Knowledge has the beginning but no end. So, fuel your knowledge. A very warm and pleasant morning to one and all present here. Today, I, Ravina Saharan, with my co-host Sonika, welcomes you all. I also welcome Professor Rajbir Singh, Vice Chancellor and Chief Patron, Professor Rajkumar, Dean and Director of Imsar and the convener of this event, respected faculty members from other departments and all the participants. We are delighted to share that Institute of Management Studies and Research, IMSAR and ROHTAK, is organizing
Recording in
this
progress.
national level PowerPoint competition 2021, that is Imsar Eventila, an event in the series of Eventila. Now, I would like to call Dr. Sonu Dhamiwal ma'am to share her words in favor of participants. Please, ma'am, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today on third day of National PowerPoint Presentation Competition 2021, a virtual drive in the sequence of Imsar Eventila. The purpose of this drive is to promote creativity, innovation, entrepreneurship, and holistic development of students during pandemic-19. Pandemic-19 created situation or mental affliction situation, and we all are concerned with our physical and mental well-being. During this time, we all need to be positive, and by indulging ourselves in such type of mental activities, we can divert and develop our mind in a more positive way. Today, a privilege has been bestowed upon me to welcome you all. I acknowledge and pay my respect to all the dignitaries, faculty members, judges, organizing committee members, and participants. It's my pleasure to welcome you all on third day of National PowerPoint Presentation Competition. This is the first drive in the history which is being conducted online on a digital platform in line with social distancing norms during COVID pandemic. Again, a very warm welcome to each and everyone on this platform, and best of luck to all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wise words. Before starting this competition, let me announce the guidelines for this competition. So the guidelines are, first one, participants must give presentation in English language only. Second one, participants must give presentation in formal attire. Third, please be ready 15 minutes prior to your schedule. Fourth one, all the participants must keep their microphones on mute mode until they are asked to unmute their microphones. Fifth one, all the participants, the maximum and the minimum time limit will be 8 minutes and 10 minutes respectively. Concluding prior to maximum time limit will lead to disqualification. Sixth one, the screen share will be stopped after the completion of maximum time limit. Eighth, all the participants will be self-responsible for any kind of disconnectivity or technical fault during his or her presentation. Ninth, it is mandatory to follow all the given guidelines, and any kind of misbehavior will lead to disqualification. And the last one is the decision of judges shall be final and binding. So after all the guidelines, I request all the participants to keep all the guidelines in your mind while giving your presentation. And I also request first two participants, Ayushi and Akshita, please ready with your laptops or PCs with stable network. Now please, ma'am, permit us to start the slot.
You may proceed, please.
Now I would like to call our first participant, Ayushi. and her topic of presentation is e-entrepreneurship.
Thank you for the warm introduction. I will just share my screen. Please let me know when it's visible. May I start now?
Yes, please start.
Good morning, esteemed members. I am Ayushi, a PGP LSM student from IIM Kozhikode. And today I'll be presenting my idea, Shopper's Code, for the e-entrepreneurship category. Everywhere you look these days, it seems that modern e-commerce has designed to separate humans from each other. Smartphones keep our attentions locked in a virtual realm. Online retail allows us to shop without even leaving our homes, and these technologies have been designed to remove human interaction entirely. Human to human interaction is central to this conception. As a result, businesses that try to distance its customers from other humans are missing a tactical advantage. And what is that advantage? It is refocusing their products and services around the power of human interaction. And that provides an opportunity to create an enormous social and economic value. So, with this introduction, my aim is to revolutionize the online shopping experience and leverage the power of human connection. How many of us have missed online shopping with our friends? Isn't work too hectic sometimes? Or do you and your buddies live far away where distances seem too long to travel? Well, I do. I have faced that problem. Don't we all miss the chance to go out to the mall and just hang out with them? I'm sure with the advent of COVID, we have all experienced this at some point or the other in the lockdown phase. So, online shopping has been booming as of lately. We are relying more on e commerce websites to make purchases. Sales for websites like Amazon, Flipkart have shot up the hill. So, I guarantee you that many of you will be amongst these 42% online shoppers who value a piece of advice coming from their family members and friends. I personally trust my best friend's opinion about my clothes while selecting what products to buy. And I'm also sure that you are also guilty of being part of those 45% who have overspent when they window shop with their friends. You must have also bought something that you weren't planning to. And in the process of something, there are things that seem to catch our eye, and we do tend to make impulse buys. So, if we love the idea of shopping with our friends in physical stores, won't we love the idea of doing the same via online mode? I know I will. What if I give you that platform where you can enjoy shopping and spend time with your friends? Introducing to you Shopper's Squad, an idea that maximizes the potential of e-commerce market. I know you are wondering what Shopper's Squad is. So, and how will you access it as a customer? Well, Shopper's Squad will be a plugin service available to you. You can use this plugin in any online shopping forum and create your own chat room with your buddies. Here's how the pop-up link will look. Notice that you can send an email invite to your friends and invite them in the squad room. They can join your room by accepting the invite and opening the online shopping sites on their devices. They can also they can also browse the website on their own and give you ideas for the products to buy. When you invite somebody, you invite them to the website. Supposedly, if I give somebody an invite to come to Myntra site, they will come and browse Myntra. They will look for products. Supposedly, I am attending an interview. I would like a coat. So how do you think I got this coat? I got my friend to buy it for me. She gave me suggestions. So that's how this pop-up will work. Here's how the pop-up will appear on any shopping forum. You can create squad rooms by adding people from your contact book also. The plugin or the website does have a connection to your phone book. So now that you've seen how to make these chat rooms, let's see what can happen inside a chat room and how would you interact with your friends. So your chat rooms will resemble any normal messaging service for ease of operation. This is made analogous to the current messaging services like WhatsApp and Telegram, so that people have an ease of operation and are not learning a new medium to connect with their friends. The benefit of the chat rooms is that you can send the products you like in the chat directly. Generally, what we do is if we like some product from these e-commerce websites, we send links to our friends and then they will come. And sometimes, personally, I have had to send 8 or 9 links to my friends, and that gets cumbersome because there is no ease of access. You have to access the link again and again, and then I open 8 or 9 tabs in my laptop. Is that what I want? I don't think so. So ease of access is what these chat rooms will provide. And you won't have to leave the shopping website to share the link on WhatsApp or email. Your friends can advise you on your choices readily. Wow, fast replies, huh? As someone would get when they're shopping with their friends. Imagine you're shopping with your friends in a mall. Do you think they will reply to you after 2 hours after listening to your opinion? No, right? So why wait on this online shopping medium? So your friends should be able to reply readily in these chat rooms when your friends are already added. So they will be replying instantly to your choices. Now you can use this to buy me a surprise birthday dress for my birthday. As you can see that there is a squad room for Ayushi's birthday. So go and explore. So moving on to the scope, and why do I think that this idea will have a broader reach in India as compared to Western countries? Culture is one of the factors that can have an influence on how people think and how people behave. Two types of cultures observed are individualistic cultures and collectivist culture. Individualistic cultures, like observed in Northern America and Western Europe, are those in which people tend to be self reliant. They do not care much about other people's opinion and tend to be independent and autonomous. But that is not the norm in India. We tend to go out and shop in herds with our friends. We follow the collectivist culture, and it does affect our social behavior. It does affect our social behavior to the point that we choose which products to buy with the help of our friends and also the influence of our family members. Supposedly, if somebody does not like what you've brought, they will most likely ask you to return them, and you will. So in India, the market size for growth is maximum for this sort of product to rely on other people's opinion about what you buy, and that is also in a positive way. Now, moving on to the impact. This idea will impact the general traffic flow on the website, as friends will invite more people to engage on the shopping platform. Sales might also increase. When people will be looking for products for their friends, they might also come across something that they would like to buy. This virtual connection will give the users a chance to explore shopping as they would in a physical store, hence increasing a degree of connectedness. Well, now that you have seen that my product is ready to be deployed, how would you come to know about it? Well, could it happen that you happen to see it and watch the whole experience being streamlined by a social celebrity or an influencer? You could see someone enjoy shopping with their friends online and might get intrigued by the idea. That's how influencer marketing works. Won't you like to try it too? Social media influencers will also help in reaching the intended audience. You might also see certain e-commerce websites promoting this plugin to divert traffic to their shopping website. Now that you are a customer and are aware about the product and you are happily using it, let me share my secrets with you. How did I get my plugin service to you? I use the oldest phenomenon known to men to spread positive word about my product. The influencers in turn created a buzz and excitement about this new and exciting shopping experience. In the end, my brand was established among my loyal customers, which is you. Now go and invite your friends to shop with you online. And remember, you can reach out to me anytime if you face any issues with Shopper Spot. With that, I bid you adieu. This is Ayushi signing off. Thank you for listening and patiently.
Hi Ayushi.
Hello, sir. I'm sorry, I could not hear you.
Hi Ayushi. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Ayushi, wonderful presentation. But just let me know, have you heard anything about Market Watch or Ping service by Flipkart?
I'm sorry, sir. No.
So I think they are on the similar concept, and Flipkart has already launched something on the same lines in 2018.
Uh, so I know about a similar service in US, and that is
All
for
right.
Shopify. But like I told in my presentation, in Western countries, it is less likely to succeed, and that has been shown because Shopify did not experience much success with it. My
Mhm.
idea is typically concerned with the Indian society, and that too with the millennials who are in the age of 25 to 35, who are more reliant on their friends. Also, it has been
Mhm.
observed in a study done by big e-commerce that girls in the age of 13 to 18 have online shopping or shopping with their friends as their main side hobby. So I
Yes.
think that
So
is the
I'm just telling you that this service is already available in the market via Flipkart, known as Ping.
okay. So my service will be a plugin that you can employ on any site, be it
Mhm.
Flipkart, be it Amazon. You don't have
Mhm.
to restrict it to Flipkart. So this could be a competitive service. Like supposedly Flipkart launches this, right? So its competitors, which are Amazon and Myntra, the main
Mhm.
competitors, they would also like the same advantage. How
All
would
right.
they divert traffic to their site? So they can use this plugin, and also I can partner with these websites once I release my product. So these websites can also promote my product, in turn giving me some value of the transactions that they get from their site through this. And this
Mhm.
is like easier to track in Google Analytics. Somebody can easily track how the traffic is getting diverted to the site. If they click on the shop with friends link, and the Google Analytics can monitor the whole activity. So revenue
Mhm.
could be generated from this, and I could be benefited as well as the service or online website that is using this. This
All
is a
right.
plugin. Yeah.
Three questions. Number one, what would be your go-to-market strategy for the same? What would be your timeline look like? And what kind of funds would you require to launch such a service?
Okay. So taking the go-to-market strategy, may I clarify? Are you asking how would I launch my product?
Yes.
Okay, so like I explained in the presentation itself. So as I'm from a technical background, I'm an engineer. So making a plugin, I would have the resources to do that.
All
I
right.
have many friends who are in Amazon, Flipkart, so who can help me design this product as a side hobby. And there are also other people who can help with the designing part. So designing is not going to be an issue, and that this is not technically a very difficult to implement because this is basically a chat room, and we have seen so many chat room enabled with virtual reality and AI that this is now a basic model. So that goes in the implementation part. Now going to the marketing strategy, how would I market this? Like I said, using the influencer strategy. So today people are very much influenced about what they see on the internet. Even a small comment about somebody's personality or some product can divert traffic to that site. Like we have seen with the Cristiano Ronaldo and Coca-Cola controversy. So just Cristiano Ronaldo's not promoting Coca-Cola had Coca-Cola take such a big loss, $4 billion loss, US dollars. So we know that people are getting influenced by this technology, and so I will be using this strategy to promote my product online, and I would most likely be getting in touch with influencers, famous influencers on Instagram who like to shop online and who have a customer base along the same lines. So my customer base will most likely to be the people who are working and can afford to do this. And also this is for not only for people who are in their home due to the COVID lockdown. This is also for working professionals who have a difficult time in going out to shop every time. So they can even schedule this at 11 at night when shopping malls are closed. So that is the main USP of selling this, and that will be the marketing strategy to take this idea forward. And as for the funds required, that as I told you, the
And the
technical.
timeline first.
I'm sorry.
The timeline. How much time are you going to take to develop it and market it?
Okay, so to develop it, I would say close to around 2 months. 2 months would be an exact timeline, would be an approximate timeline to develop it. And now comes the alpha beta testing part. So we have so many friends that we can test this with. And once the product and it is tested, I personally know some influencers that I contacted in the COVID times. So I can maybe ask them to do a test run on their website. So that could take another 1 month with the whole beta testing service, and how also market service if people are even interested in this product and they would like to shop with their friends. So that takes another 1 month of it. And then if when I have the results from alpha beta testing, I would require 1 more month to incorporate all the changes and all the beautification of the product also. So that would also run simultaneously. And for funding strategy, like also you asked how would I raise funds. So I will be contacting Amazon HR personally through my friend's contact, and I would be asking them to invest or maybe do a partnership with this product, because Amazon is there's a thing for Amazon that why they haven't invested in this sort of idea yet. That is because they do not want their site to become an e-commerce chat line tool. They want their product to be focused on e-commerce. So this is a plugin. Additionally, for people who want to access it, they can do it, and if they do not, they will not. So Amazon or these big shopping websites can help me promote. And not only these shopping websites, some competitors, some new age competitors, which would like to have an edge over these shopping websites, might give me the hedge fund, might give me the funding required, seed funding required to take this forward. That is
All right.
the strategy.
So how much funding is required?
So for the time being, the most of the cost that would go into it is for paying the influencers. So I would say if every influencer charges a good influencer with around 10K followers charges somewhere around 10 to 20K followers will charge somewhere around 5 to 10,000. And if I have to do it in a bigger scale, they sometimes even go up to 1 lakh. I've known some followers who are in the 1 million site would charge 1 lakh for one promotional video. Yeah. So I would say a seed funding of 5 lakhs would be required initially to at least take this product forward and make people aware.
So Ayushi, are you planning to actually develop this product, or is it just for the presentation sake?
Sir, I could be inspired to develop this. It is on the reception of the people. Once I complete this, I will be open to sharing this idea with other people. I haven't shared this idea with many people, because I was entering in a competition. But I'll be sharing this idea. And like I said, I have friends in Amazon and Flipkart with amazing technical capabilities. And I also have 2 years experience in Deloitte as a coder. So even I have known SQL database. So I think I am open to developing this plugin service.
All right. Thank you, Ayushi.
Thank you, sir.
Well done, Ayushi. Thank you, judges. Now let's move to our next participant, Akshata Vaishnavi, and the topic of presentation is 5G technology, boon or bane.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Good morning, everyone. I am Akshata Vaishnavi, currently pursuing BCA from Aligarh Muslim University. And today my topic for Imsar Eventila National PowerPoint Presentation 2021 competition is 5G technology, boon or bane. I'll be covering all these topics under my presentation and would like all of you to have a glimpse over it. Now, what is 5G? 5G is the fifth generation mobile communication system that is the newest of all. It is essentially the successor of 4G LTE that we are currently using today in our mobile phones. Now, let me take you down the road how we reached here in the first place. It all started with 1G in the mid 1980s when it all started with 1G in the mid 1980s with a speed of around 2.8 kbps, where the users were allowed to call and talk. We may all have seen that brick size phone with our parents and grandparents, right? It then came 2G. With 2G, the communication revolutionized. With the help of texting, we can now communicate our small messages to people. Then the 3G advances, which allowed the access to internet, made life much easy. Then came 4G, with increased the speed up to 10 folds, allowing us live video streaming, video calling, etc. Now, while there is a generation that is required for 5G, it is certainly the difference, the three parameter difference that are the basics one in 4G and 5G, that is speed, bandwidth, and latency. Speed and 5G can go as high as and beyond 1 Gbps. Bandwidth, greater the bandwidth, it allows multiple devices to connect at a particular time at the same time without deteriorating the speed. Latency, the delay in you giving the input and receiving the output. Later the latency, better is the experience, because we all want to experience the same moment that is going on. This will achieve with the help of 5G. Moving ahead with the adoption rates in the world of 5G technology, it will hit around 1 billion in the year 2022. As shown by this speculative graph of Statista, we are also we are also expecting 5G to hit in 2026 3,352 million people. The next hype cycle generation graph by Space Tech Curves also shows us the expectations and time expectations versus time graph. This shows us the current maturity level and the potential of 5G and other technologies that will reach with a certain amount of time. Jumping on to the benefits of 5G in the consumer and business world. Faster speeds, augmented reality, virtual reality, and many more things. And majorly the IoTs, Internet of Things. The Internet of Things, you may all have been seeing your mobile phones, Facebooks, WhatsApp, everyone, each and everything talk to each other. But it is not such in the physical world. Now, with the help of 5G, IoT will allow us to get these multiple objects connected to internet. Now that we reach before reaching home, we can switch on our ACs to get into the right temperature, enter the right temperature out at our home. With the help of this, there will be almost everything automated and leaving us humans for creativity, humanity, and innovation. Moving ahead to the practical uses of 5G, the driverless cars or the self-driving cars that attaches radars, position estimators, computer processors with it. With the help of 5G, the processing speed of computers will be so fast so that the traffics will be stimulated. We can reach to our destinations route very fast, and there will be no avoiding of accidents. Then majorly another major industry, that is telemedicine or the remote surgeries. A doctor can perform with 5G with very less or zero latency. A doctor with on thousands of miles away can perform an operation, creating a virtual reality scene, and with the help of a robotic arm performing the operations with it. Similar is the case of industries. With the help of all this, that will lead to development of smart cities and development of smart agricultural, etc. Now with the advantages comes the disadvantages of 5G. Rather, I would say issues with 5G. 5G is an expensive deal. As we say that more frequency, less is the coverage. With comparing to the same 4G thing, 5G will require more number of towers for covering the same place as 4G does with one tower. So the towers, the optical fibers, the network domain, the spectrums, all that will lead to a huge investment in 5G. Next comes the security issue. Recently, Japan was cyber attacked, and the speed gliding Mitsubishi electric missile data was stolen. Next comes the conspiracies that are moving ahead with 5G. That 5G is responsible for COVID. 5G is grasping all the oxygen. This is just because of the lack of complete information. As there is a lot to explore of 5G, there is a lack of complete information, and we need to get informated about it. Moving to the health risk, as the term radiation is associated with 5G, radiations concerns us, make us like being that radiation will take us to cancer or something like that. But there are no evidences that proves that 5G radiations are carcinogenic. And as told by the experts, that consumers also need to be educated more on how 5G works. Whenever there is a thing that is in popularity, there are celebrities that comes into picture. They have their own point of views for this and which can influence the masses. Here are some of the major celebrities that had their views on 5G. Elon Musk mentioned in his Twitter handle that nothing medically dangerous, but 5G is getting a bit too greedy with their spectrum land grab. He was telling us not to fall into the scaremongering activities, but was worried about the land grab as told earlier. Mukesh Ambani, being on the optimistic side, wanted to develop 5G and make it affordable and available everywhere. Tim Cook, with the same on the same pitch, wanted to deploy 5G in the 5G globally. Juhi Chawla, on the other hand, filed a lawsuit against 5G. She just wanted the concerned department to make to certify that 5G is beneficial or 5G is not harmful for humans, animals, and birds. As the past few couple of minutes of my presentation, network future of network was building. The network of future is already being built as we speak. 5G is an important part of them, as correctly said by Ibn Alberti. There are some of the references which I have used to gain my knowledge in 5G thing. Now, I think I have given you some viewpoints about 5G, the pros and the cons of 5G, and I made a viewpoint of mine as well. So I leave it on to you people to decide whether 5G is a boon or a bane. Thank you.
Okay, Akshita,
Yes, sir.
a good presentation on 5G, but most of the people have already given uh, the same kind of benefits regarding 5G. My only question is, wouldn't it have been better that if you have compared the benefits of the existing technology, that is 3G or 4G, with the advent of 5G? Because some of the benefits that you listed regarding 5G, for instance, telemedicine and other kind of benefits, the same benefits we listened when 3G or 4G was there or was launched. So any significant difference between the two technologies other than the speed?
Sir, as I already stated, that latency is the difference between that will be 1/10. We'll be able to experience the actual thing going on at that particular moment of time. We will experience uh, something that is around us. Sir, we can also be able to experience the physical classrooms, as in the going uh, COVID era, we people are deprived of offline classes, which which helped most of the people, or regarded most of the people concerns with the education purposes. With 5G and creating a virtual space, we could be able to experience the offline classes sitting at our home only. So, sir, these things makes it different from 3G and 4G.
Okay, just I'll give you one scenario. Try to answer that thing. You are during the COVID times, you are experiencing the online classes, and you might be using a smartphone to access your online classes. Now, on your smartphone, you have a bandwidth of 4G at a certain cost X. Now, in next year, 5G gets launched, and the cost is X square. Will you be accessing 5G, using 5G to access your online classes by paying a double of the amount?
Yes, sir. As the technology advances, we should also keep in pace with it, whether it is expensive. If we are able to afford it, then we must access that technology so as to wider our span of gaining it and having a new experience with that.
ठीक है. Thanks a lot, Akshita. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, judges. Our next participant is Anushri, and her topic of presentation is Make in India Possibilities and Limitations. Anushri, are you there? I think she is not available. So our next participant is Ashwin, and the topic of presentation is Make in India Possibilities and Limitations. Ashwin, are you there? Next participant is Chirag Santosh Modi, and the topic of presentation is Digitalization of Business World, Challenges and Opportunities. Chirag, are you there?
Yes. So can I start? My screen is visible. Hello.
Yes, visible. Please start.
Yeah. So good morning, everyone. I'm Chirag Modi from Business Technology University, and I'm pursuing my bachelor's in mechanical engineering. And today's my topic is digitalization of the business world for the Imsar Eventila National Level Competition.
You are not audible, Chirag. Chirag, you are not audible. Let's move to our next participant, Diksha Gupta, and the topic of presentation is green marketing.
Thank you. A very good morning to everyone. I hope you are safe and healthy. Myself, Diksha Gupta, a MBA student at FDDI, and my topic is green marketing. To explain this concept, I would like you to see the image in slide where Dabur is ditching its cardboard packaging for toothpaste. This is an example of green marketing, an ecological and integrated management process which determines and satisfies consumer needs in a profitable manner, and is different from traditional marketing where environment needs are not of paramount. Moving to the next slide, which explains in brief the 6 P's of green marketing mix. The green marketing mix is basically utilizing all the P's of traditional marketing mixed with green mind. A green infrastructure to create a green product with 5 R's, namely repair, reconditioning, reuse, recycling, and remanufacturing. which is then packed in a sustainable packaging which ensures a sustainable disposal with a justified price tag, and later on promoting that good and positioning it while creating awareness about environmental needs while targeting green people. So, after employing all its resources and time into creating a product, is it even worth it? Does consumer really care? Well, the answer is yes. As you can see the data which is given under the headline Green Consumerism, first is out of 81% consumers, 41% are value driven and 40% are purpose driven. 57% are willing to make eco-friendly purchase their habit. 45% are looking for sustainable brands. 44% green consumers look for brands which support recycling. 41% are organic food consumers and 46% want nature-based health and wellness products and services. This slide next question which arises is, are marketeers responding to the green consumerism or not? Well, answer is yes. This slide shows companies from different sectors like FMCG, PepsiCo, and Hindustan Unilever Limited, from fashion sector, a luxury and sustainable label of Anita Dongre, Grassroot, and Levi's Waterless Collection, DMRC and SBI representing service providing sector, and from automobile we have Tata Motors and Mahindra Motors are doing green marketing. And last not the least, IT sectors Microsoft and Infosys. So is there anything in for these companies in going green? Well, again, answer is yes. This slide shows the opportunities of green marketing. Corporate social responsibilities as CSR has become mandatory in India. Green marketing helps companies to fulfill their quota and make profits at the same time while uplifting their image. Efficient resources through recycling, reusing, etc. A company can use its resources to the maximum. This helps in cost cutting on other resources. New market companies that are environment conscious and develops products and services give them access to green consumer, a new market to target and increase their sales. A competitive advantage by investing time and resources, a company gets an advantage by investing time and resources to become an environmental friendly company at the right time. It gives them a competitive advantage by carving a niche for itself through providing products that that focuses on climate change. So after knowing what is in there for the marketeers, let's know what is in there for the consumers. Green marketing gives an opportunity to consumer to become a part of the climate change action plan by not investing much. It helps them reduce their carbon footprints by just making an eco-friendly choice for a long term. It brings them a little closer to nature when companies ensure them natural products for health and wellness. So what are the challenges in becoming green? It is said that hurdles are part of every success. There are some challenges faced by both consumers and marketers. First is for consumer being greenwashed. It is when a brand makes false claim on a product or service being green. That makes me point out second challenge, which is no yardstick, no standardization body to prove authenticity. Now moving to challenges faced by marketeers, which is money. Renewable and recycled technology R&D requires heavy investment. Second problem is not getting return on those investment. A consumer's eco-friendly concerns or eco-concerns and marketing campaign need to translate into purchase. A last is a company which is mainly focused on being green and not on consumer needs suffers from green myopia. It is also said that every problem has a solution. Here I present some solutions to the challenges. A standardization and certification of green products solves the greenwashing problem. It is known that price is a fundamental barrier that limits the adoption of green products. To encourage people making green purchases, consumer participation should be encouraged. Next is monetary help, like subsidizing product would also encourage people with less income to make a purchase. For example, LPG cylinders. And co-branding for strategic marketing and cost reduction is another way. Like when Mentra collaborated with an NGO called Gunj. Here, Mentra collected garments during delivery of the product in exchange of a nominal discount. And Gunj remanufactured products out of those collected garments and or gave it to them to the needy. And to eliminate the green myopia, brand has to evolve with time, accept new technology, and set up R&D department and analyze the CRM data to cater the consumer and environmental needs. Now I conclude my presentation. The environment, the environment has become a vital and crucial issue for as a climate change is hitting us from all the sides, even for a customer or a manufacturer. Since traditional marketing emphasizes consumer needs and environmental needs are not considered, the social and social welfare as well. Green marketing is here to replace it soon, as it has entered all dimensions of the corporation. Given the current situations, humans are still behind in covering their carbon footprints while creating a new ones. But giant corporations and small businesses have started taking steps in this process, in this direction. Many steps are taken into right direction while facing challenges like greenwashing, green myopia, no purchase, costly investment, etc. But these challenges can be overtaken. Like to overcome the price barriers, subsidies and heavy investment can be made. Proper certification and standardization of the product can help overcome the challenge of greenwashing. Companies must understand that green marketing should not overlook the aspect of economic aspect of marketing. A product or service should be worth every penny of consumers and helps and a company should target towards customer retention and foster a customer relationship as well, a longer customer relation. It is the right time to adopt and integrate the concept of sustainable development in the marketing mix of the company. Thank you for thank you to all for listening to me.
Hi, Diksha. A very green topic, if I must say. All right. Let me give you a situation, okay? Suppose you have been appointed by a bank, all right, say SBI, as their green marketing consultant. What would be their advice, your advice to them? What kind of green practice that can they incorporate in themselves?
Okay, SBI is a service provider. So for them, the services they provide is basically related to banking. For first would be to go digital, completely digital and paperless. That would be the first advice. And for becoming a digital, they become heavily dependent on the electricity. To cater to overcome that, they need to deploy like solar energy panels in their buildings to reduce their uh, to reduce the use of electricity, grid electricity, and use the panel electricity as much. And for as SBI is the first bank, in my examples, I mentioned that SBI is the first bank to erect windmills across the country. Their target is to generate 100 megawatt electricity out of windmill, and 10 has already been erected for 10.
So, Diksha, these are some of the steps that are already being taken in generic, like going paperless, using solar cells and generating solar energy. Give me something else. This is very common when it comes to advices. This is what I guess an eighth grader can tell me.
Like being like SBI also cater not to the only urban population but also rural population as well. And rural population are not so familiar with the digitalization. So, and that's where they use the most of those passbooks and paperwork as compared to the urban population. So making them knowledgeable about digitalization, about digital banking would help them as well, and uh, uh, would like would cater to their social responsibilities, as well as they are educating the people in the right direction, so that it would decrease the use of the paper in rural areas as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, judges. Now let's move to our next participant, Dia Jain, and the topic of presentation is intellectual property right.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I am Ria Jain from Law Department, and I am hereby presenting on the topic intellectual property right, which we discussed as about IPR. Basically, Basically, in my PPT, I have discussed about IPR, that what it means, why we need IPR, does it contributes to any kind of development, its international character. After this, I have discussed the types of IPR and how infringement can be done in such types. And for better explanation, I have practically give some cases related to this topic. Firstly, we should know that what intellectual property means. So the term intellectual property has come from the internationally recognized as covering patents, industrial designs, copyrights, trademarks, and confidential information. According to WIPO, that is the World Intellectual Property Organization, it states that intellectual property means the legal rights which results from intellectual activity in the industrial, scientific, literary, and artistic fields. The scope of IP is expanding very fast, and attempts are being made by the person who create new creative ideas to seek protection under the umbrella of intellectual property. IPR is needed by every individual who make any new creation, because these rights gives the individual a sense of security or a kind of protection towards their new creation. It gives the legal characterization to their new invention. When you own an intellectual property, you own certain intangible rights in creations, methods, and brand names. Different types of intellectual property are used for different law governs which governs this intellectual property. And such law governs the intellectual property violations also. Here, the term violation hereby states infringement of such rights. After discussing, a question arises that meaning and needs of intellectual property. Is there any development towards this? Yes. So the development was in the field of economic and cultural. It wields a substantial contribution towards the intellectual property. It also deals in the international character, like it travels effortlessly through one country to another. It has been recognized in various international conventions such as Berne Convention, Paris Convention, and Universal Copyright Convention. It is further stated that the word infringement that I have talked earlier, what does it mean? So the term infringement refers to the action of breaking the terms of a law or agreement. It occurs when someone else uses a trademark that is same as to registered trademark. Such kind of violations can be done in three types of intellectual property. These are copyright, patent, and trademark. Before discussing further, we should know that what these mean. Firstly, we will discuss about copyright. So, the copyright means it is an exclusive right to produce or to reproduce the original work of any substantial part. It confers original literary, dramatic, musical, and artistic works, cinematographic films, and sound recordings. It basically will be explained that a old song that is Jab Koi Baat Bigad Jaye was original work of Rajesh Roshan and Indraveer, and it was taken by DJ Chetas and Atif Aslam for the remix of it. So the original works was laid to Rajesh Roshan. They are have the copyright of this song, but it was further brought by DJ Chetas for further remix making. It will explain it like the music is copyrighted to them. The if they will take it as a if they want to take it as a further production, they can ask it and brought that copyright from the Rajesh Roshan. Now, the second type is patent. It is a set of exclusive right granted to an investor or high assignee for a fixed period of time to produce something new and useful. The example for it will be any software maker or any type of mobile app made by any person will come into this as it was the invention of that person who described this. Lastly, we will discuss about trademark. Trademark is popularly known as brand name, as all persons try to use it. It is a kind of visual symbol in the form of a word device, and it is basically used as a brand name which people like to brought by seeing that brand name, like Puma, Google, and McDonald's. Discussed earlier, that is infringement means anything which was used in type of violation of these three rights will be known as infringement. If anybody tries to infringe any of the right, then the plaintiff will get the relief towards that. And the relief which plaintiff got was injunction and either damage or any account profit. Such infringer means any person who actually manufactures the infringer article or uses the patented process of others by making its own. So these persons are penalized according to law, and there are laws that governs these rights. The rights which are I talked about, copyright and trademark and patents, all these have made by laws governing the act in different years. Now I will discuss this with some recent cases. These are two main cases which will practically applicable my topic. First was given by R.G. Anand versus Deluxe Films AIR 1978, Supreme Court 1613. In this case, the landmark decision was given by Supreme Court. This case was related to the infringement of copyright law. The Supreme Court in this case deals with the copyright infringement suit against the movie New Delhi, made by Mohan Sehgal in 1954. It was modeled on the plot of a play Hum Hindustani, written and produced by R.G. Anand. The judgment is remarkable for clarifying the concept of idea expression dictatorship and copyright infringement under the Indian copyright law. So in this case, the Supreme Court gave that the infringement was done by the person and R.G. Anand was given the liberty towards it. In the second case, Tata Sons Limited and another versus Fashion ID Limited, AIR 2005, 30 PTC 182 Dan. In this case, the domain name was related as the infringement of the prior. The court pointed out in this case that it is obvious that principles of passing off would fully apply to an infringement of a domain name. The court was of the view that passing off action must be available in the case of the distinctive domain name. In arriving at this decision, court took note of the fact that internet is like a marketplace where people buy and sell articles of merchandise and services. These two cases will define that one is basically on landmark decision and second is related to the cyber infringement that was mostly done by the peoples. So I will hereby conclude my topic on that. The above matter we hereby discussed that intellectual property includes patents, designs, trademarks, copyright, confidential information, trade secrets, and know-how. It plays the crucial role in the development of industry, commerce, and trade, and in the growth of creative effort in almost every field of human endeavor. Although the value of this species of property is recognized, the law relating to this form of property is understood by the few specialists. The principle of intellectual property law is substantially the same in all countries, with variation to suit the national requirement of each country. Intellectual property plays a key role in the transfer of technology. Piracy almost happens in every cyber situations. So piracy in intellectual property has become international in character. International in character means that the conventions that I have talked about, Berne conventions, so these conventions were made. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, dear. So your topic of PPT was on IPR, and I suppose you have discussed three types of IPRs: patents, copyrights, and trademarks. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just two questions. First one,
yes, sir.
That a literary work, for example, if I write something and get it published in a journal or something, it will come under which category of IPR? Second question.
Sir,
first listen to the second question as well. Okay. The second question, are there any ethical issues involved in IPRs? For instance, if some company comes along with a vaccine on corona, should it be patented or should it be open to all the population? So are there any ethical issues involved? And first one was about literary work. It comes under which category of IP?
Sir, it comes under copyright as copyright depicts the original works of any person. It includes original literal works, dramatic works. So if you are talking about making a novel, then it will come under the original literary work that has been mentioned under Copyright Act 1957.
Is it the copyright of
and the second question,
the copyright of the author or of the publisher?
Sir, if author wants to give the copyright, then he can give, but publisher is the book agency who can give the copyright issue. Author is the one who write that novel. So the copyright laid down with the author.
Okay, next one.
So can you repeat?
About the ethical issues, are there any ethical issues involved in copywriting or in IPRs? For instance, corona vaccine, a company develops a vaccine for corona. Should it be patented or should it be open to all the companies for manufacturing?
Sir, according to me, patent right is the individual invention, the person who tries to invent anything. If the corona vaccine has to be patented, like Russia has tested it firstly, and then it was transferred to India. if they want to patent it, they can, but it is a vaccine that has to be provided to everyone.
Okay, do read about ethical issues. Your presentation touched upon all the IPR, but nowadays the main concern is about the ethical issues in IPR. Try to read it.
Yes.
Oh, Mark.
Okay.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, judges. Now let's move to our next participant, Kirtiba Bansal, and the topic of presentation is International Customer Relationship Management.
Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to Imsar Eventila. This is Kirtiba Bansal from IMT Ghaziabad. I am very glad to be here with you today to present all my views on the topic Customer Relationship Management. Here we will discuss about the introduction of CRM, successful CRM, benefits and evolution of CRM, CRM process, and SWOT analysis of CRM. First comes the introduction. CRM is a set of activities designed with the purpose of acquiring new customers and retaining old customers with the business to generate revenue. The simple and main objective of CRM is to improve the business relationships with its customers and associates. This is customer life cycle. Customer life cycle. It is very well known that CRM process is a combination of marketing, sales, and customer service activities. Right from the first interaction to getting converted into a final transaction, customer for business, a consumer goes through several conversion stages, and the action taken during this process defines the customer life cycle. First comes the reach, then acquisition, then conversion, retention, and loyalty. What is reach? Reach is the first and foremost step of customer life cycle process. It generates or identifies the needs of the customer and make use of promotional mix strategies to generate revenue. Then comes the acquisition. Acquisition, at this stage, you start receiving prospects information such as email, address, customer's contact number, and other details. And the suspects are converted into prospects by ensuring the need for product in their life. Then comes the conversion. Conversion includes converting the prospects into final consumer to generate revenue for the business in the long run. Then comes the retention. Retention means converting the prospects into consumer does not end the customer lifecycle process. From this stage, building customer relationships with regular engagement helps us to keep your brand fresh and in the customer's mind. Then loyalty. Once the retention has been generated amongst customers, customer service department tries to generate loyalty. Here, loyalty means that the company has to create customers which will remain with the business and buy the products of the company even in the hard times of the company. Then comes the successful CRM. Successful CRM means how we should implement the CRM in our business so that it would successfully result the business to achieve its objectives. First is properly trained front office staff. Means company should have properly trained front office staff so that the customers will be contacted carefully, and the staff will answer the questions and clear the queries of the customers. And the company should provide proper data to the staff so that the staff members will carefully connect with the customers and provide knowledge about the product the company is going to market. And the CRM can be successfully implemented in the business with the help of proper software, with the full support and guidance under the top management. Then comes the benefits of CRM. Benefits is developing new business. Means CRM helps in developing new business to the company as if the customers are loyal and retentive with the business, it can start a new business in another geographic location and territory also. CRM also helps in the improvement of customer services and CRM also helps in the improvement of customer services and better decision support. It decreases the overall costs, making the product more effective in the market, and the customers are laying with the business for the long run. Then comes the evolution. Evolution means change that occurs from time to time. Evolution in the CRM takes place from mainframe, then database marketing, then ERP and SFA, and then it is cloud-based CRM, which is mostly in trend in today era. Initially, there were door-to-door sales forces, means marketers or salesperson have to visit door-to-door to the customer to market the product they are going to sell to their customers, so that the customers will get knowledge about the product what the company wants to sell to the customers. Then mass marketing came into existence, which replaced the door-to-door sales service, and mass marketing replaced the intimacy as the needs were identified during door-to-door interaction between buyers and sellers, and the products were qualified by the consumers. Then comes the targeted marketing. Targeted marketing came into existence with the use of direct mail and telemarketing. And in the today era, customer relationship management use technology to interact with its customers and customize the solutions as per their need, creating one-on-one relationships. Then comes the CRM process. CRM process is completely related with customer life cycle. Customer life cycle means reach, acquisition, conversion, retention, and loyalty. First is generate brand awareness. This is the first step, creating brand awareness of the product and gaining knowledge about the target audience, which is followed by the company to acquire leads for their product. Then the company tries to make use of interactive communication technology, which helps in acquiring the leads, and the customer can gain experience. Then the company proceeds towards converting the leads into customers to generate revenue for the business for the long run. And the company also tries to provide superior customer support so that the customers will retain with the company and buy its products in their hard times. Then drive upsells and referrals. It means the company tries to drive upsells and referrals where if in hard times like inflation in the price, if the price rises in near future, the customers will retain with the business and will not move on to the substitute products and will not change their brand or their quality and will remain loyal with the company. Then comes the SWOT analysis of CRM. What is SWOT? SWOT means strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Here, strength of CRM include loyal customers who are also attracting new customers to the business so that the business can generate revenue from those new customers and also can retain them if they provide good services to their new customers. Weakness can be inadequate reporting of framework, which is unable to be managed effectively by the volunteers. Opportunities. CRM helps in the expansion of business internationally by improving its fundraising capabilities and sales, providing opportunities to the business. Then comes the threats. On the same side, threats are also there that it can increase the costs for the CRM, and if there are limited resources, then it will be it can prove to be a threat for the CRM process. This is all about SWOT analysis pictures. Here, strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. If the company is working strengthfully and the staff members are there who are working in a cooperative way and making their teams effective, the company can gain strength and will earn higher profits in the future. Weakness, that if any one of the staff members or any one of the chain which can break the CRM process will lead to weakness for the CRM, and the process will end up there. And this is opportunities and threats. At last, I would like to conclude my topic that CRM is a business strategy to select and manage customers to optimize long-term value. It also requires a customer-centric business philosophy and culture for effective CRM. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for your patience and valuable time providing to me.
Hi, Krithiba.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Acha, Krithiba, I would like you to give me a clear-cut difference between sales process and CRM.
So sales process is about the company is going to say maximize its sales. That the goal of the company is just to maximize their sales, and the company is not interested that whether the customers are satisfied with their product or not. Whether in CRM, the company also takes care about the customers, that what the customers actually want and what are the benefits and qualities that the customer want in the company's product.
All right. But currently, we as salespeople are actually very much worried about retaining the customers, about the repetitive sales.
Yes, sir.
So now, the definition that you gave me of sales gets obsolete. So this is not the definition of sales that actually is there. So I would want you to take maybe 30 seconds and redefine sales as well as CRM and the difference between them.
Okay, sir. Sir, may I share the PPT again?
Sure.
So CRM comes under, what is CRM? CRM is set of technology activities in which which is designed with the purpose of acquiring leads and new customers. Means if the customers are working for if the customers are purchasing the products of the company, and the customers are also satisfied, like the qualities and the price rates which the company is asking for, which the company is asking. And if the customer is satisfied with the company's product, they will also refer them to others, that if someone is asking that I would like to buy that product. And if the customer is buying, for example, we can take example of cosmetics, that if a customer is using the products of Lakme and another customer is asking that I want to buy some cosmetics, which company should I prefer? The customer will prefer that you should go with Lakme, that Lakme products are good and I am also using that. This is CRM process, that customer is generating new leads to the company, whereas salesperson visit door to door and they have to gain customers by themselves. They are not getting any leads from their customers. This is the difference.
So, Krithiba, I'll just beg to differ because the sales process has evolved a lot from what you are defining it. All right. So I'll just ask a small question, and it shall be a one word reply. Is CRM a part of sales or sales a part of CRM?
The CRM is a part of sales.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, judges. Now let's move to our next participant, Manpreet Kaur, and the topic of presentation is rural marketing.
Good morning, everyone. I am Manpreet Kaur. Today, I am going to talk about rural marketing. So, rural markets, rural plus marketing. In general, rural is the area that is located outside towns and cities, and marketing is the promotion of products and services to a target audience. So rural marketing is defined as any marketing activity in which one dominant participant is from rural area. So today we discuss introduction, characteristics, importance of rural marketing, challenges, marketing mix of rural marketing, role of media in rural marketing, and conclusion. So introduction. The term rural marketing used to be an umbrella term for the individual who managed it in a single manner or another. It got a separate meaning and importance after the economic revolution in India after 1990. The rural marketing is defined as managing all the activities involved in assessing, stimulating, and converting the purchase power of rural consumer into effective demand for specific products and services, and moving them to the people in rural area to create satisfaction and a better standard of living and thus achieve organizational objective. It is a two-way marketing process. First is urban to rural. It is a major part of rural marketing. It includes all the transaction of urban marketers who sell their goods and services in rural areas like fertilizers, FMCG items, tractors, bicycle, consumer durables, etc. Rural to urban. In this category, transaction includes under agricultural marketing, where a rural producers seek to sell his produce in an urban market like seeds, leafy foods, woods produce, flavors, milk and related items. Next is rural to rural.
Manpreet, you are not audible.
Of the rural population. More than 60% of rural income is from agriculture. In the event of crop failure, the income of the rural people is directly affected. Next is large, different and dispersed market. Through huge the rural market is geographically scattered, there may be a less number of stores
Manpreet, your voice is not audible. So now let's move to our next participant, Mohammad Ansari, and the topic of presentation is e-commerce marketing.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you, ma'am. Is the screen is visible?
Yes, visible.
Hello?
Yes,
Okay.
visible.
Okay. Oh, it's been a tiring day for me. Oh, I can't cook today. Let's order food through online. Yeah, open the application. Oh, my favorite food, dal makhani and rice combo is there. Oh, let's wait for 20 minutes for the delivery. Hello, sir. Here's your food. Thank you. You are on a perfect time. Your food is on perfect time delivery with the right time, with the right quality, with in the right place. And it's good to know that you are following the COVID protocol rules. Take it, brother. Good morning, everyone. My name is Muhammad Ansari, currently pursuing MBA from Lovely Professional University, Punjab. So today the presentation is all about e-commerce marketing.
Your screen,
E-commerce isn't a cherry on the cake. No, it is a new cake, which is a quote said by,
Mohammed,
hello,
your screen is not visible.
which is a quote said, hello. Oh, sorry,
Mo
sorry, sorry, sorry. Hello, ma'am. Is it visible now?
yes, visible.
Hello.
Please start. Yes, visible.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Sorry. Oh, yeah. It's been a tiring day. Oh, I can't cook today. Okay, let's order food through online. I have opened the application. I have ordered my favorite dal makhani rice with the location. I have to wait for 20 minutes. Okay. Hello, sir. Here's your food. Oh, it's good to know that you have delivered with the right quantity at right place at right time. And it's good to know that you are following the code protocol rules. Take care, brother. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ansari, currently pursuing MBA from Lovely Professional University, Punjab. So today the presentation is all about e-commerce marketing. E-commerce isn't a cherry on a cake or it is a new cake. It is a quote said by Jean Paul Ego, who is the CEO of L'Oreal. So over to that. So the presentation, in this presentation, I'll be floating through the main areas of e-commerce marketing. So over to the introduction. What is e-commerce marketing? So it is of driving awareness and action towards a business that sells a products or services through online. So all the traditional methods are used digitally, which induce the buyers who are ready to buy the products from online. So we can say that e-commerce has seen a boom in this last few years as the uptake of hosting by the SaaS, which is software as a service, which made it easier for the users to open up an online store, and which leads to the next topic, evolution, the history of e-commerce. So one of the best motive of e-commerce, we can say that it is a shop o'clock process, which we can shop whenever, anytime, at anywhere. So the evolution has begun around 40 years ago, and it continues to adopt in technologies, ideas, and hundreds of enterprises has entered in the market each year. So in 1994, the internet has begun very advanced popularity in the general public, and the many business companies, United States and Western Europe, has represented their services through World Wide Web. We can see in the screen the e-commerce timelines, which in 1969, the first commerce company which is formed, which is Camberso. In 1995, the big giant Amazon and eBay is launched. In 1998, the PayPal online system has launched. In 1999, Alibaba launched. In 2015, we can say Android Pay has launched, which later became a Google Pay in 2018. So the payment system has become very more convenient for the users. Actually, there are many payments, even the WhatsApp, Amazon, Phone Pay, Google Pay. It creates a cardless and cashless transaction. So that leads to my next topic, which is SWOT analysis. Over to the strength, which is obviously it is a low operational cost when compared to the traditional and brick mortar store, because the operational cost and the labor cost, we can reduce it. And over to the weakness, bulk and heavy perishable goods are very expensive to ship. Yes, but we can say in this pandemic situation, many young enthusiastic have been developed many applications and many e-commerce websites to sell their, like, deliver the products, perishable products to over the society, which their motive is not only to make a profit, but also they create a social service for them. And next is opportunity. Yes, we can say a 24/7 customer service available through the e-commerce platform. And over to the threat, which is, according to the government regulations, it can change the growth of the e-commerce sector, and also the online fraudulent activities, creating a bugs errors in the SQLs or websites, or any credit card fraudulence. It can create a threat for the e-commerce sector. And that leads to my next topic, which is types of e-commerce. First is business to business, B2B. It's a transaction where company sells a direct to to other company. For example, is LinkedIn and MailChimp. And secondly, we can see business to customer, B2C. Here the company directly send the product to the product or services to the customers. Best example is Amazon, Google, and Flipkart. And next is C2C, which is customers to customer. Here the customers sell the product directly to the customers through social medias, or through like so WhatsApp or OLX. And next is C2B, which is customer to business. Here the customer provides the solutions and products like services through the company over through the websites like freelancers and Upworks. We can see many creative working enthusiastic over here in this society right now in this globe. And next is B2A, which is business to administration. The best example is Acela software. Here the Acela software provides the government software solutions for the planning, licensing, and also for the medical purpose. And finally, we have C2A, which is customer to administration. The best example, the valid example we can say is that vaccination registration over the government side. Here, the consumers use to express their concern and request feedback through the with the governments and regular authorities. So the online shopping has become the most popular type of e-commerce, and as well as the online banking has become technically feasible. And over to the next, which is the e-commerce marketing channels. And first one is pay-per-click. So in this online marketing method, the advertisers has been paying a fees every time when the ad is clicked. It is commonly used in Google Ads and also in Microsoft Bing. It continuously brings new visitors to the website. And second is SEO, search engine optimization. It is a great technique to get your website on high rank on the Google. Even if your company is lower or higher, or even if it is in a medium based company, using of SEO can create boost up the profitability over the e-commerce website. And third one is SEM, which is search engine marketing. So the digital marketing tactic is utilized to improve the website's exposures through search engine result page. So best example, we can see that if a search on a product over Google, for example, we have search as Adidas shoes. So we can see an advertisement sponsored by the Amazon in the first page of the website, the Google. That is known as SEM, search engine marketing. And next we can see influencers marketing. Here the many influencers and endorsers and many content creators create many which might create a best marketing tool right now, over which we can say the fashion enthusiastic has been promoting the fashion nights product, and in the food sector the food bloggers have been promoting their food e-commerce sectors and all. And last one is email marketing. So sending of a commercial message over an individual group of individuals, be like it can be through the new arrival of the product, or it can be anything related to a commercial message to the group of individuals can be considered as an email marketing. It is also one of the best example for the e-commerce marketing channel. And over to the next, which is a top e-commerce platform ranking by market share of 2021. First one is WooCommerce. It banks upon 30%, which gives a free plugin users to the WordPress, to the most popular content management system. And second one, we can see 18% of Shopify e-commerce website, which is a very user-friendly website, and it is a best marketing platform for the products and services. And thirdly, we can see Magento, which is mainly a great deal for the web developers and technical expertise who are well into the SQLs and SEOs. And in the other category, Zyro, Volution, and Aviquate. So to sum up, we can say that the marketing communication is at the heart of e-commerce and community, in which the e-commerce still represent the best method of to take an advantage if it is in the right way. The future of e-commerce will drastically progress over the years, and amount of internet will grow everywhere. So therefore, the future depends upon what you do today. So I thank Institution of Management Studies and Research for organizing such a wonderful event. Thank you for all for listening to my presentation. God bless, and all the best to all other who is participating. I'm open for the question. Thank you.
Yeah. Hello, Mohammed.
Hello.
Good afternoon. So my first question would be,
good afternoon, sir.
Right now, government is in the midst of formulating certain policies for e-commerce companies. Are you aware about that?
Yes, sir.
They are
Like,
trying to rope in the benefits accrued by these companies. Are you aware about any kind of policy changes that the government is trying to impose on these e-commerce giants?
no, sir. Actually, I don't know about that.
Okay. Try to read today's newspaper. Second would be,
Okay, sir.
you have discussed about type of e-commerce platforms like C2C, B2C,
Yes,
and
sir. Yes.
what
Yes,
would
sir.
be the what would you call that platform used by food delivery companies like Zomato and Swiggy?
Yeah, they are mainly into B2C, which is business to customer, because in the e-commerce sector there are many subdivisions. So the food sector also it will include into the B2C. They are delivering the food products to the directly to the customers.
Okay. For instance, just a scenario, in a city, there are 10 restaurants, and all those 10
Okay, sir.
restaurants list themselves on food delivery company like Zomato. And is there a possibility that food delivery company like Zomato takes a biasness towards a particular restaurant out of the 10, and they only list the 9 so that the business comes only to the 9 one? So how can a company
Yes, sir. I can explain, sir.
e-commerce channel
Sir,
safeguard itself from these kind of methods?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can explain that. In my graduation, I have done my internship in Swiggy. I have done in Zomato as well as e-commerce sectors. So what they are doing is that in a particular area there will be many restaurants. So they have given a certain percentage of profit ratio restaurants. So according to that, some of the restaurants declined the opportunity of
Your voice is cracking. We aren't able to hear you. There might be some
So
connectivity.
local food delivering companies being tie up with the restaurants with low amount of percentage of profit.
Actually, let it be. Thanks a lot, Mr. Ansari.
Hello,
Because you aren't.
am I audible now? Hello,
Your voice is cracking, so I'm not
hello,
able to.
sir. Hello,
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear us?
hello. Am I audible, sir?
You are audible.
Hello, am I audible, sir? Hello, am I audible? Hello, hello. I can
Yes, you
hear
are
you, sir. Yes.
audible.
Hello.
Yes, you are audible,
Oh,
Mohammed.
okay. Thank you, thank you. Yes, sir. I was saying that I have been doing internship in both Swiggy and as well as the Zomato in my graduation. So one thing I noticed is that they have like their people are the company is imposing like a certain percentage. Maybe it can be for they are imposing the percentage profit for it is not equal for every restaurants. For some restaurants they are like charging like 33%. Some restaurants it can be like 20%. So at that time the local food delivering companies from the young enthusiastic, they develop their application and they run with a low profit in the local areas. Actually, this is what happening right now in this food sector of e-commerce right now. And when the Uber Eats, the Zomato has acquired the Uber Eats, the Zomato has become somewhat more popular. Like now, it's the best food delivery application over India now. So they have given
ठीक है, ठीक है, Mr. Ansari. Thanks a lot. All the best.
thank you.
Thank you, judges. Now let's
Thank
move
you.
to our next
Take care. God
participant.
bless.
Let's move to our next participant, Mange Ram, and the topic of presentation is 5G technology, boon or bane.
Hello. Hello. Am I
Yes,
audible, ma'am?
yes, you are audible.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, namaskar to all of you. This is Mangeram from MD University, Department of Commerce. Okay, let's start with my topic. So first of all, I thank you, MD University, and thank you, the Department of Management, for giving me opportunity organizing a PowerPoint presentation competitions, providing opportunity, a best opportunity to where we can show our skills, we can in pandemic online. Okay, let's start with my topic, 5G technology, boon or bane. Okay, when we talking about 5G, the first things, especially for us, for Indian, the 5G is, when we listen the term 5G, the first word comes in our mind, that is speed. Okay, let's start with the 5G introduction. So when we listen word 5G, we basically think the 5G means increasing speed as compared to 2G, 3G, 4G, and 4G LTE. So 5G is, yeah, it is true. The 5G is very higher speed. When it's higher speed, if it leads to a faster tomorrow, fast tomorrow. According to the Qualcomm survey, he told that 5G would be 500 times faster than 4G. Okay, let's start with the introduction. How 5G works, what are the networks behind the 5G? So 5G is based on the OFDM network. The OFDM, when I'm talking about the orthogonal frequency division multiple, a method of modulating the digital signaling across the different channel through interference with ultra low latency. When we're talking about the latency means the times taken by creating a request from client to server and the response to the client. Latency is the total time when we request to the server and server responds to us when we searching any results on Google, whether we searching on any sites. So the total time taken by the network, it is called latency. So latency is total time taken by the creating request and from the client to server and voice. Okay, now talking about the 5G as boon, talking about the advantage, what 5G will drive. 5G will create revolution. 5G, how 5G will create revolution, we further study in the further slides. Okay, so first of all, we're talking about the global economy. So how will and when 5G affected global economy? When we comes to 5G, how 5G affect the global economy, business, offices, society, how affects? So according to the Qualcomm survey, it's described that $13.1 trillion of global economic output. Qualcomm survey defined $31 million global economic output 5G will generate. Second point, 22.8 million jobs, new jobs creating by the 5G technology. And the third one, the $265 billion global 5G capital, foreign exchange, and research and development annually over the next 15 years. Okay, secondly, talking about the benefit of 5G in health sector. 5G brings the new technology. Some are currently existed like AI, artificial intelligence, VR, virtual reality, AR, augmented reality. So further technology is the digital twin technology. A digital twin technology is the representation of a digital presentation of a physical process or object. Okay. We will be identified and resolve the complex disease through the digital twin. How we can resolve the complex disease through digital twin technology, in further slides we discuss. According to the Very Well survey, digital twins is the future of personalized medicine. When we comes to a human body, we have different cells, different structure, different capacity. So in digital twin technology, we can observe the personalized structure of a human being and can design the personalized medicine for him. This is the benefit of 5G technology that brings the digital twin technology. Further, we study about how 5G benefit the smart city or creating the smart city. When talking about the smart city, when we have a organized industry, we have an organized logistic, we have organized medical facility, we have organized building society, we have organized house system or energy, organized energy system. Let's talking about the smart house. Currently like existing technology, where we can switch our AC, microwave on through smartphone. We have a vast secure surveillance in buildings. We can manage our transportation by making a single station. This is all about the 5G and the smart city. 5G will bring the highest speed, and highest speed will enhance the system and organized system for all the structure like industry, logistic, medical, building, and energy. Okay, the next, talking about the 5G and agriculture, how 5G technology helping the agriculture. Okay, the first of all, growth and determining custom fertilizer. We can create analyzing by various method, artificial intelligence, augmented reality. We can create custom fertilizer for specific crops. We can secondly, we can we can test the soil moisturization and nutrition according to the specific crops. We can control the water level for the particular crops. So we can examine or detect the various error through drone system in agriculture. So 5G will enhance the technology in the agriculture system. Okay, these are the benefits of 5G. Let's talking about 5G as a bane, even a bigger risk. How 5G can be a bigger risk for our society, let's discuss in further slides. So, however, a bigger concern actually looms over the horizon, or bigger concern actually over the horizon, all the inclusive study about cell phone and cancer last few decades, because 5G may be somewhat worse. A lecture on the expert conference on the wireless and health sector held in the February 2017 has shown that the millimeter electromagnetic frequency have the ability to affect the organic term. Essentially, the frequency has reached a level where it directly interact with the human cells. So 5G will directly affect our human cells of the body. It directly interact with it. So it can be very dangerous. The presenter of the lecture, Paul Van Ishai, showed that the human sweat gland could absorb electromagnetic energy 77 to 110 gigahertz. This is well within the drafted electromagnetic range of 5G, and thus any 5G network can and will affect the human body in some way. The absorption rate is made worse. Sweat gland is forced to the work more, like during heavy work activity. So the uh, absorb, absorption rate is very highest of 5G. Is directly affect our human body cells. It's very dangerous. And last, as you know, birds are dying via spectrums. What will be next when 5G comes with strong frequencies? Frequency with 24 to 28 gigahertz. So it's all about my presentation. Thank you all. Thank you, Imsar Eventila.
Good morning, Mange.
Good morning, sir.
Can you go back to your presentation once, please?
Sorry, sir?
Can we switch on your presentation once?
Okay. Let's. Yes, sir.
Move forward. I guess the slides where you were telling us about the benefits.
Yes, sir.
Go back. Yes, this one.
Okay, sir.
Go one slide forward. Yeah. So in point number 2, you have written that there will be $22.8 million worth of new jobs created.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's $1 million, or it's 22.8 million new jobs will be created?
Million.
So dollar sign is supposed to be there, or it's not supposed to?
Yeah, it's wrongly typed.
All right. So we always know that whenever a new technology comes in, alongside new jobs, a lot of jobs are also lost.
Yeah.
So can you analyze that for me? That how many additional new jobs will be created when we consider the loss as well as the new jobs created?
Actually, whenever a new technology comes, some jobs may be lost, but there are lots of opportunity and new jobs create. Like we have required digital twins technology experts. We will be required the augmented reality experts. We required VR virtual reality experts. Like take an example.
So Mange, I'm talking about what kind of jobs will be lost, not the jobs will be created.
The jobs that are manually, let's talk about the driverless car, the smart city. So we have security staff, we have drivers. This types of jobs can be lost.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, judges. Now let's move to our next participant, Piyush Chugh, and the topic of presentation is e-waste management.
My screen is visible, ma'am?
Yes, visible.
Thank you, ma'am. Very good morning to all. I hope you all are safe in this pandemic. I know this is very tough situation for us. So forget them and start a new learning in this new opportunity area. I am Piyush Chugh from the student of the Panipat Institute of Engineering and Technology, present a topic on e-waste management. Here's the slide where we are discussed in this PPT what is e-waste, layout of e-waste, use of e-waste management, attribute of e-waste, and e-waste clearance method. First of all, discuss what is e-waste. E-waste or electronic waste may be described as discontinued computer, office electronics equipments, entertainment device electronics, mobile phones, telephones, and refrigerators. Rationally, it includes electronics which are directed for use, resale, retrieve, reprocess, or dump. As you know that in previous, in earlier times, the waste are in form of paper, glass, and plastic in form. Now in the digital area, there are new e-waste like television sets, mobile phones, refrigerators. So this parts adds a lot of items that you said. There's the pictures of the e-waste. First of all, next, layout of e-waste. Layout of e-waste may be a part narrowly into a 6 types such as iron and steel. Iron and steels are used for covering and frames of the elements like computers body, televisions body, refrigerators bodies. Non-ferrous metal is actually copper. Copper is very, you know that the copper is very useful for good electricity. This copper is useful for cables and aluminum also used for cables. Glass used for screens and window of LCDs. Plastic used for cables for covering. They protect from circuits, electronic components, others. Type of e-waste: monitor, speakers, keyboard, printer. Electronic device used for entertainment like TV, DVD, VCRs players. Equipment or device used for communication like phones, landline phones, FX. Household equipment like vacuum cleaner, microwave oven, washing machines, air conditioners, fridge, refrigerators. Audio visual components such as VCR, stereotype equipment, etc. Substance of e-waste found in computers. The various components parts of computer are as follows: motherboard, SMPS, essentially stands for switch mode power supply, RAM, random access memory, capacitor, processor, hard disk, mainboard, magnetic touching sheet, CD DVD drive, floppy drive. Substance of e-waste found in television. The various components parts of televisions are as follows: capacitors, resistors, transformers, STR. STR stands for supply transformer regulators, integrated circuits, load, line output transformer, turners, condensers, CPT socket. These elements are found in televisions. Substance of e-waste are found in mobile phones: lens, internal antenna, area speakers, earpiece, microphone connectors, speaker, buzzer, ringer, charging blocks, systems, chassis, slide mechanisms, ribbon cables, SIM slot cover, battery backups, battery clips, covers, battery connector, keypad membrane, etc. Uses of e-waste management. As you know that the earlier times, they are the form of waste are paper, plastic, and iron. Now in this digital area, all of that we use laptops, mobile phones, they contain some harmful effects e-waste is the most harmful and other waste because the body elements effect on human body lead damages to central and peripheral nervous system, blood systems, kidney damages, affect brain development of children, chromium asthmatic bronchus, DNA damage, cardiac toxins, irreversible effects, human health. Yeah, like a mobile towers create some radiations, they affect cancer in human body. Some harmful gas. Recently you have knew that from the plugging of charging the mobile phones as burning mobile phone as blast. So they are the, because they contain some harmful gas, they contain some reactions and they blast. There are toxics and e-waste presence. Arsenic toxics presence in semiconductor microwave lead. They affect the vomiting, diarrhea in human body. Barium toxics present in electron tubes, filler for plastic unit. They affect increase in human blood pressure and muscle weakness. Mercury found in pocket calculator, lead, watches. They affect lung weakness. Lithium presence in mobile photographing instrument. They affect fatigue, stomach pains. Zinc present in rechargeable battery, luminous substance like luminous mobile industry battery, innovators battery. They found it. They affect cholesterol, low immunity, nickel, alloys, batteries. The presence in alloys and batteries, they affect lung damages because all knew that the batteries contain some harmful chemicals. They affect like arsenic. They burn their human body. The burn their chemicals like some harmful chemical. They burn humans skins also. Attributes of e-waste. E-waste contain both harmful and non-harmful elements, their components. These harmful elements contains contains plate lead, mercury, cadmium, arsenic, pose health hazard on human being. So they are most when treated unbounded solutions via air, water, and soil. Basically, e-waste is not affect on human body. Also, they affect on animals. If we dump the e-waste into soil and water and air, they affect also animals and other plants. And animal, they affect on plants. They affect on the animals also. They are the clear methods of e-waste landfilling. This is the most common procedure of e-waste clearance. Most of the country use this method for e-waste. So soil is uncovered and pits are made for inter and e-waste. In this method, basically the e-waste are dumped into the soil. I don't prefer this method because the some harmful chemicals like mercury can they leak on the soil and they affect the future cultivations future cultivation, and they mix with water and make some harmful poisoning water, and they affect on human body also, and animals and other plants. Acid bath contains soaking of the electronic device into the powerful sulfuric, hydrochloric, and nitric acid. These acids remove the some clear harmful gas like hydrochloric acids also present in our stomach. They help for digestion. They remove the some harmful elements, and then we use them. Recycling of e-waste, mobile phone monitors, cpu, floppy drives left are recycle them. In this the movie of Three Idiots, and so the chanchad in the made a in Ladakh they made a school in which they used recycling of e-waste, and they made new gadgets they made new gadgets. So this is very eco-friendly recycling the e-waste. This because this process is very time saving and cost saving. Reuse of electronic device. This is the most suitable for the recycling procedure, where the slight modification in the phones, computer, laptops, printer can be reused and the give and second-hand product to the other person. Like if I have a damaged phone, we use them and remodification them. We use as paper pad. Laptop we as use for designing for the purpose in the art museums, and they will give they donated these products like to charity. They have modified the designing and they made a art of piece them from them. The basic conclusion of this e-waste management is that mostly of the companies use e-waste management. Like in COVID pandemic, mostly companies like Cipla and others generally made a ventilator, durable recycled ventilator. They know that this pandemic are not longer spread, so they easily convert them into other process. So that e-waste is a very harmful. So only reuse and recycle, my opinion, reuse and recycle process is very best for e-waste. Thank you and have a nice day.
Okay, hello Piyush.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Sorry.
Good afternoon. My only question is, in your presentation, it would have been much more beneficial agar aap you have put some quantitative figures on a per annum basis world over, how much e-waste is, how much e-waste is being generated, how much it is recycled in just in terms of dollar terms.
Yes, sir.
Just in dollar terms, can you put out certain figures in? कोई है आपके पास idea? कोई है figures ऐसे?
Sir, idea नहीं है sir. ये I basically ये है कि mostly countries जैसे Singapore use e-waste for cultivation in separate area. They burn them and they made some mostly countries use e-waste like making a roads. Not fact this, sir. This is because this is a part of CSR, and mostly companies mostly countries not show the exact figure of e-waste, because in digital area they are very affect on our global warming. So mostly countries are not declare the exact figures of e-waste.
Will you try to find out in dollar terms on an annual basis how much e-waste is being generated in monetary terms?
Sir, in monetary, sir, recently news was that India's e-waste is $2.50 billion. So India declined that because they say they reduce e-waste, not increase this amount. Mostly countries their figures showed that they was not regulated properly. So India's e-waste declined their $2.5 billion use, but they declined them.
ठीक है, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, judges. The participants which we have left earlier, Chirag, Santosh Modi and Manpreet Kaur. Manpreet, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Please start your presentation.
Okay. Ma'am, is my screen is visible?
Yes, visible.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Manpreet Kaur. Today I am going to talk about rural marketing. Rural marketing is a combination of two words, rural plus marketing. In general, rural is an area that is located outside towns and cities. And marketing is the promotion of product and services to a target audience. Rural marketing is defined as an marketing activity in which one dominant participant is from a rural area. So today we discuss introduction, characteristics, importance of rural marketing, challenges, marketing mix, role of media in rural marketing and conclusion. So first is introduction. The term rural marketing used to be an umbrella term for the people who deal with rural people in one way or other. It got a separate meaning and importance after the economic revolution in India after 1990. Rural marketing is defined as managing all the activities involved in assessing, stimulating, and converting the purchase power of rural consumer into effective demand for a specific product and services, and moving them to the people in the rural areas to create satisfaction and a better standard of living, and thus the organizational objective. It is a two-way marketing process. Urban to rural, it is a major part of rural marketing. It includes all the transactions of urban marketers who sell their products and services in rural areas like fertilizers, FMCG products, tractors, bicycles, consumer durables, etc. Rural to urban. In this category, transaction includes under agricultural marketing, where a rural producer seeks to sell his produce in an urban market like seeds, fruits, vegetables, spices, milk and related products. Rural to rural, it includes the activity that take place between two villages in close proximity to each other, like agricultural tools, handicrafts, dress materials, etc. The word rural is so much associated with agriculture and farmers that rural marketing is often confused with the agricultural marketing, but is only a part of rural marketing. Next is characteristics. First is enormous populace. According to 2001 census, rural population of India is 73%. Occupational design. Agriculture and related activities are the major source of income for majority of the rural population. More than 60% of rural income is from agriculture. In the event of crop failure, the income of rural people is directly affected. Large different dispersed market. So huge the rural market is geographically dissipated, there might be a less number of shops accessible to showcase items. Next is financial position. Majority of country individuals have low buying power and per capita income. More than 60% have paid under 25,000 rupees. About 14% pay more noteworthy than 50,000 rupees. Low education level. It is assessed that rural India has a proficiency level of 36% when contrasted with 62% in the metropolitan region. Increasing pay and buying power. The farming advancement projects of the public authority have assisted with expanding pay in the rural area by expanding the efficiency and better cost of horticulture items. Along this lines, upgrading the buying power in the rural business sector. Accessibility of business sector. The street networks has worked with a systemized item circulation framework to villages. An expanding number of organizations are providing town markets directly. Competition in metropolitan business sectors. Identified rivalry in metropolitan business sector expands cost and diminishing cost portion of the overall industry. The rural business sector are thusly getting progressively alluring corresponding to metropolitan business sector. Next is importance of rural marketing. It increases the size of rural market. It targets the rural population. It creates employment. It provides better living. It contribute to the national income. It increasing rent space. Next is challenges. So first challenge is understanding the rural customer. The greatest test is to comprehend the insight, perspective and real requirement of the rural individual, which is significantly not quite the same as the metropolitan individual. Next is low per capita income. India is the fourth biggest economy on the planet because of a solid monetary development, yet the same time has a low for every capita pay of rupees 53,331. It brings about low utilization design when contrasted with the metropolitan populace. Lack of appropriate foundation and other actual offices. Nearly 50% of the towns don't have every single climate street. Even today, most towns in eastern piece of the nation are difficult to reach during storm seasons. Many rural regions are not associated by rail transport. Offices like phone, fax and wire are fairly poor in rural areas. Next is traditional viewpoint. Due to the conventional standpoint of provisional buyers, they are impervious to change. Next is marketing mix of rural marketing. There are four marketing mix of rural marketing: product, price, promotion and place. Next is role of media in rural marketing. The growth of conventional media has been quite significant. However, it has not been substantial. Rural India consists of about 127 million households, of which only 54% comes in contact with any of the conventional media like press, TV, satellite, radio and cinema. That means roughly 238 million are waiting to be tapped by conventional media. It should be acknowledged that different media mix is needed to convey message to rural consumers. And last I conclude, a silent revolution is sweeping the India countryside. The marketing battlefield has shifted from cities to the villages. So go rural. Seems to be the latest slogan. Go and meet the villagers and ask them what they want. Create the product and services that is relevant to their needs. It is high time for the companies to focus luxurious and necessities for the Indian rural customers. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Hi, Manpreet. Good afternoon. Hello, Manpreet.
Good afternoon, sir.
Manpreet, so you talked about that 238 million people are still to be reached by our conventional media methods, right? For rural marketing. So what would be your plan of action to reach them?
Sir, I said that we have to go in the rural areas and tell them we use the media like radios for reaching them, for advertise our products, because in rural area people mostly uses the radios.
So radio is not considered in our conventional ways of propagating the information?
The radio is not a conventional media.
Radio is not a conventional media source. Are you sure?
Sir, it is a conventional media, but it's not the latest conventional media. It is the old conventional media.
So that is conventional means old, right?
No, sir, conventional means not old. I say that old conventional media is radio, modern conventional media is not radio.
All right. So are we not using conventional media to propagate the rural management agendas of ours?
Sorry, sir, repeat.
So are we not using radios for communicating or reaching to the rural people about the marketing strategies or these business opportunities?
Sir, we can use,
Currently, are we using it or not?
sir, some companies using, but not all.
So what would be your action plan for that?
Sir, we use media or we um, sir, we can create like dramas in villages
Mhm.
to,
So basically, old conventional methods.
yes, sir. We use both methods, conventional or old methods.
Oh, thank you, Manpreet.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, judges. So we have done with all the participants. So here we have successfully completed our morning session. On behalf of Imsar Eventila, I like to appreciate the efforts of all the participants, and I like to thank the judges to be the part of event. And the afternoon session will start at 2:30 p.m. Thank you so much.